he asked them to stand up if they would want to be treated like a black person. And of course, no one stood up.
Yeah.
So that's your answer right there.
Yeah,
like,
that's, you know what? Yeah, that opened my eyes a lot. That shows right there that, yes, it's a race, but it ain't an equal race. You gotta have
so many obstacles.
Yeah.
The king of all rices, and I'm going to show you how to cook it perfectly.
All right, guys, and we're back with another Northern Starlight interview. Who do we have today? We have my brother, Devon Humphrey. Me and Devon been rocking together since middle school, I believe, playing with the Hampton Hoyas. We both went to Eaton Middle School, grew up together playing basketball. And as you guys know, I say this every time, if I surround myself with these people, then you know they're good people. You know they're people that you need to look after and see how they live, see how they grew up, because there's some substance in their being. So you guys know how we do. We're gonna introduce Devon, see what he's been through in his past, what he's working on in his present, and what he's pushing towards in his future. And then later in life, you'll be able to follow him on our app when we get that up and going. So I'm gonna let Hump introduce himself, say his name, where he's from, his birthday, and all that. And then we're gonna get to the story.
All right, so my name is Devon Humphrey. A lot of people call me Hump. That's just my nickname because of my last name. I was born March 19, 1998, from Newport News, Virginia. At least that's where I reside. I lived in Hampton, born in Germany because my dad was in the military, but yeah.
Yeah, that's good. He said March 19th, so that's literally 3 days before me. I'm March 22nd, so pretty close. You were Pisces, right? Yeah, Pisces is water. So you see he's very smooth, free-flowing, and you'll get to know that about him once you hear his story. So getting on to Devon's past, we're gonna see what he went through, because we already know what he went through built him into the man that he is today. So how was the environment in your house? Since we weren't there, could you paint a picture for us while you were growing up?
So the environment, I'll say it was pretty calm. That's how you see my demeanor. I'm pretty laid back, chill, don't talk much. My dad was strict, but I mean, you need some type of authority, I guess, in the household, some structure, just to where you can maintain your own self when you get older. But other than that, I was pretty much just chilled around the house. Like it wasn't too much turmoil like I see sometimes, which that doesn't mean anything bad, because that also builds character. But yeah.
So what kept you entertained in the house while you was just chilling or whatever?
I played with a lot of toys. I had a lot of toys as a kid. You know, some of my friends called me spoiled, but I mean, I'd rather play with toys and, you know, just start off at the wrong path. So played the game a little bit too, but majority of the time I was outside with my friends. My neighborhood, everybody plays sports, so they kind of shaped us into who we are today.
All right, so Devon, was there either a lesson that you learned while young, or was there a major event that happened that helped shape your life in the past?
I'll probably say a lesson. A lesson was just to invest in yourself and just believe in yourself, because as we were kids, there was always some kids who received more praise for something such as sports, or just some kids might have had it better. But once you get focused in that mentality that someone else is better than you or doing something, it kind of like, it kills your confidence. So if you have confidence in yourself and you just keep putting in the work, it's going to show. And I feel like that's what led me to where I am today, because if I would have gave up or listened to hearing someone else say they're better than me, then I don't know, I probably would have gave up on sports, but I didn't. So.
And would you change your past and how you grew up, or would you keep it the same? Because we know they say, like, if you watch these TV shows or movies, they say if you change the smallest thing about your past, you may be a totally different person. Like, you may be fat right now if you change one meal that you ate in the past. Would you change anything, or would you keep everything the same?
Well, I probably wouldn't change anything. I try not to dwell on the past, because that's just allowing bad memories to live rent-free in you. So I wouldn't change anything. If anything, I probably just would have worked harder than what I do now, but I wouldn't change anything.
And I believe, since we're talking about the past, it'll be very respectful to talk about your dad. Did you want to talk about your dad?
Well, so a lot of people who know me know that my dad passed away May 2nd a year ago. So it's been kind of tough dealing with that, but I try not to keep things bottled in, but that, I mean, I've been told I do that a lot, but my dad was someone who was strict. Like, he always took care of me and my friends, even if he embarrassed me coming to the games in overalls or something. Like, I knew it was out of love, so I mean, I miss him. I'm sure my friends miss him, but it just makes me who I am today. Like, I try and do everything for my mom because I know that my dad is not here to do what or fill a void that he could. So I know every time she sees me, she sees my dad. So I just keep going for her.
Yes, and you already know me and all your other friends are definitely here for you if you need anything. But we already know that you're a guy that can handle your own. You're a very strong man, so we know you can handle it if you need to. But we're always here for you. And so now we're gonna get to Devon's present, see what he's working on, what he's crafting to help him get to his future. So let's get to it. I already know, but Devon is a very hard-working guy. Right before this interview right here, he was helping somebody move. He agreed to do this interview, and if he wasn't doing this interview, I'm pretty sure he'll be like working out somewhere because he, like I said, he's very hard-working, and we got to keep somebody like that around us to motivate us to continue to work. So, Devon, what are you doing that's keeping you occupied, you know?
Well, other than working out, I'm a student at Delaware State University. I play on a football team, and I'm majoring in kinesiology and public health. So, especially with everything going now, I feel like that's a good major to try and pursue because I feel like it's going to be needed in the years to come. But other than that, yeah, I'll really just be working out, honestly, just trying to get better, perfect my craft.
Definitely. And then when you're not working out, when you're trying to chill, what you do to keep you entertained in your free time?
Play the game.
What's your favorite game?
2K.
Yeah. What system you got?
PS4.
Hey, that's what we all do for real. I asked a lot of people. Bryce said the same thing, play the game. Kennard said the same thing. I do the same thing, but hey, it keeps us entertained, so why not? Do you currently have anybody that motivates you, or do you have any mentors that you look up to that helps you in your everyday work?
Honestly, like just seeing a friend of mine or someone I know like succeed at something or post something to where they just got a new job or a new opportunity in life, like that's what motivates me, honestly. Like I just feel like it's too many people envying, especially not even strangers, but envying that the people who's close to them. So that's my motivation, just seeing someone else I know just move on to bigger and better.
That's good, 'cause people definitely hate on their closest friends, people that they grew up with, but as we always hear, we all have the same 24 hours, so why hate on somebody that's utilizing their 24 hours and not be proud of them, you know? But over here, we're not jealous of anybody. We're proud when we see our friends grow in whatever career that they want. Has COVID changed your daily routine and how you do things?
Yeah, only because like I used to lift just about every day, so it's kind of hard making a schedule, finding gyms and things like that. And I had to babysit my niece majority of the summer, but other than that, I still find a way. I mean, it's always a way to it if you really want to do it. So.
And last question that I have about the present is, would you change anything about how society is ran right now and how everybody daily operations are? Not regarding like how COVID is right now, but like just how things are ran. Would you change anything?
I mean, we all know that the world we're living in right now is it's a lot wrong with it, such as like women's rights, minorities being fairly untreated, just small things like that. But like I said earlier, the problem with society is that you're so worried about what everybody else is doing and what they're doing wrong to where you get caught up in that to where you can't even focus on yourself. It's just bad energy spent somewhere that it doesn't need to be spent. And I'm trying to think of what Charlemagne said. He said the most expensive thing is giving someone else your energy or time or something that's not valued.
That's definitely true, because break it down real quick. Expensive it's like a perspective thing. Like what I think is expensive, Jay-Z would think is nothing, you know? So it's the way you look at it, and everybody, and he could say most expensive in that instance because everybody values their time, you know? So if you give somebody your time and energy and they don't value it, pretty much everybody in the world would say that's expensive. So yeah, that's very true. All right, and hey, you already see, Devon has a great mind on him. He is very dedicated and hardworking. I'm gonna wait till this fast. Hump has a great mind on him. He's very dedicated, hardworking. So this is why I keep Devon around me, because like I said, he motivates me. And if you want to follow him, see what he's doing on his day-to-day, you can find him on Instagram, Twitter, maybe Facebook. Where could they find you? What's your at?
I'm usually on Instagram. I can't even think. I don't even know if I'm gonna spell my IG name right. It's
Oh, you just changed it.
yeah, I changed it to Hump Shiesty. Don't mind the Shiesty part. Like, I'm not that kind of guy. Even though I've had like females call me Shiesty, but I don't know what to say, because I never did anything foul towards my family or friends. So if a female feels that way, then it's whatever. But Twitter is agent0_. That's usually where I spend a lot of my time. There's some good content on Twitter.
All right, but now we're about to get on to his future, the last section, see what he's working towards, what he has his field of vision on, and then that'll be it. All right. Everything that you put together in the next 5 years, if that goes perfectly and smoothly, where would you see yourself? How would you be living?
Well, if it was like a dream that I'm trying to chase or accomplish, I would probably be in the NFL. Family straight, mom don't have to worry about anything, never have to work again. Even if that doesn't work, which they say you shouldn't have a plan B because that's just giving up on plan A. Graduate college, maybe get a master's or something to where I can focus on public health or kinesiology, because I know I'm confident that I'm going to have my friends, some friends, make it to the next level. So if I can be the one who trains them or heals their body, then that would be better money for me and them.
Yeah, that's true. When you could work off of each other, you help them, they help you. Yep. Nipsey said, all money in, no money out, and that's exactly what he meant. When you get the money in, you reinvest it in yourself and the people around you to build bigger. So if you could also predict the future for society and the world in the next 10 years, or it'll be 20, 30, what do you think will be different about the world?
Well, of course technology would be different, but I just hope that when it comes to rights, I just hope everything's equal. Like, everyone gets a fair chance. I just feel like right now it's so far apart and people's minds are just so focused on separate but equal, to where that will never get the job done. Like, you see jobs that's diverse have the most success because they're bringing in different ideas of different people into the workplace. So if you can bring that into the world as a whole, I think we can only succeed even more as a country.
I did an interview yesterday with, I don't know if you remember him, Damian Seals. He played for Warwick. He played with us for the Hoyas. He came with Niles.
Like 4-side or something?
Yep, yep. So him, and he was telling me how he seen this white kid say, because you know how black people are talking about reparations from being enslaved, right? So this white kid said he doesn't feel like he should have to pay the reparations or pay extra tax money, because one, the people that's in the world now, black people, wasn't slaves and it wasn't his fault. And then I said my argument to that was simply, are we equal? If he could say that black people are equal to white people, he's lying straight up. What would you say about that? Like, do you believe we should get reparations? And what do you think about the inequality? How could we fix it? What's the first step?
Well, I definitely, because I've seen an interview, I cannot remember the lady's name, but she used to always do things like that to, like, racism, sexism, things like that. And it was a room full of white people, and she asked them to stand up if they would want to be treated like a black person. And of course, no one stood up. So that's your answer right there. Like, if you see a white person being arrested or held down and say, you're treating me like a black person, you know something isn't right.
Yeah.
Like, But once again, you won't understand until you're in our shoes. So when it came to the riots and everyone was getting tear gassed and everyone was getting done wrong, then they understood what black people have been going through for years.
You seen the video where they got all like a bunch of teens lined up like they about to do like a race, and then they said, all right, I'm gonna say some questions, and if you can agree to the questions, step forward. And then he was like, I don't know the exact questions, but if you have both parents, step forward. And then most of the white kids stepped forward, but most of the black kids was back. And then he just kept saying the questions, and the white kids kept stepping forward and forward. You seen that one? Yeah, that opened my eyes a lot in that, because that shows right there that yes, it's a race, but it ain't an equal race.
There's so many obstacles just being black.
All right, so Devon, if you could work with 3 celebrities or meet them, what 3 celebrities would you meet?
Well, my number one is definitely J. Cole, just because, I mean, I feel like he hasn't said anything that I've disagreed with, because like he said in his music, like you can come at him for what he says, but it's the truth. So if you're offended by that, then something isn't right. But J. Cole raps about anything, and I feel like it's not just music to him. Like he's saying what comes from the heart. So
right, and you always see him at the riots too. You've seen him multiple times. Well, I can't even say riots, just gathering.
Another celebrity, LeBron, because even off the court, like it's not too much you hear about LeBron doing wrong. Like, I mean, you can make him a villain all you want, but at the end of the day, he's doing what he has to do for his people. Of course, it's harder for him to speak on certain things because, like I said, like he's gonna be wrong to certain people regardless. But at the end of the day, he's a family man. He cares about what's going on in the world, and like I said, you never see anything wrong about him. No drama or anything. Last one, I'm trying to think. I don't know how I forgot my girl, man, but Alicia Keys. Like, I don't know. She's my number one, honestly. Like, if I could marry her, meet her, anything, I'd be happy enough. Like, I don't know. She's just so pure, so natural to me. Like, I don't know. You don't see anything wrong with Alicia Keys. Like, you never see her name in the media or anything. Like, she's just wholesome, family woman, just doing what she got.
And she's been on top, basically on top for like years, like pretty much a decade at this point. So yeah, that longevity is, that's the one.
I'm gonna meet her one day, don't worry.
All right, and then last question about the future. If you could insert a lesson or some knowledge into every person in the world, hoping that it will help them in their everyday life, what would you teach everybody?
I'll say don't be micromanaged. For people who might not know what that is, someone shouldn't have to tell you that you need to do something. Like, I feel like if you get to a certain age and someone has to tell you to go work out or tell you to go get a job or something, like you're being micromanaged. Someone has to always be over you to let you know what you need to do. Once you get that drive and motivation to do something for yourself or do it yourself, you're gonna realize how you start separating yourself from your peers.
Every answer that he gave me was A1 today. See, that's why I surround myself with these guys. And last kind of question or whatever, but it's actually a question for me. Do you have a question that you want to ask me? I ask everybody this, just to see what they say.
Because I know we talk about this in the group chat a lot. Do you see yourself maybe opening up a business or anything like that?
I do. I have so many ideas, but the money and I don't want to get ahead of myself. Yeah, if it happens, it's gonna happen, and it's just gonna happen. So I ain't gotta be loud about it. Yeah, I'm making these moves. I say it really, like I say I'm making these moves just to promote what I already know is gonna happen. But the amount of ideas that I have, people don't even know. Like, people know I'm doing this, but they don't know the full extent that I want to do with this. And yeah, and like you said, keep helping the people around you. So each and every business that I have each person in our group chat, I got an idea for everybody. Even you with like kinesiology, and I know you could pretty much do anything, honestly. You ain't ugly, so we can have you on top in front of some camera. You do body work, so you can help athletic people. You can do whatever. So I always got plans for everybody. Even if I don't say it. Like Kennard's my best friend, but I ain't talked to Kennard in like a whole 2 months or something like that. It's just because I'm putting my head down.
I mean, it's cool. Like, a lot of people think, oh, because we're not talking, we fell off. But like, if someone is close to you and know like how hard you're working, then it should be okay. It should be, I'll see you at the top.
Exactly. And that's what we always say, because we definitely gonna make it to the top. And it's not even a question, but hey, you see how we doing it over here. Hopefully you keeping it solid on your side over there. We're gonna have our app soon, so you can make your own profile, tell your own story, follow Devon and his story, and he gonna be verified on our app, have his blue check with him. So hope to see you guys soon, hear from you soon. If you have any questions, DM me, and that's it. See you soon. Peace and love, family.